What's going on, you guys, man? It's your boy Young Lincoln here. I just want to make a quick shout out to legendary rapper Tupac Shakur. Guys, man, his wisdom lives forever, even though his body's not here, his physical body, as he's projecting to the next astratical plane or the spiritual dimension right now in a better place. But I just want to say, shout outs and tributes to his whole family, man. It's real sad that he had to die and that he had to leave, but his legacy of actually just redefining and uplifting the black race will always continue to happen, and I used to watch most of his interviews. That's how I learned about Tupac. I didn't really listen to much of his music like that. I didn't really have a huge influence in Tupac, in his music, but I did some research on it, and he was a very genuine guy, very articulate, man. He was always about, just the truth, man. He always believed the truth should make you free. He was an avid reader. He always read the Art of War, Sang Tzu, who was actually who led a rebellion. I forget the Napoleon Rebellion, but he was a very strategic warrior at that time and a commander. And he was known as faking his death. Not saying that Tupac's alive somewhere in Cuba. We don't know that, but I'm gonna let this man rest in peace. But the divine wisdom for him as to being an entertainer and just being that vessel and standing up for black people and talking about the police brutality and the things that's going on today that niggas, really gonna have a hard time, just freaking just having a hard time just listening to orders and taking out of stores, just a lot of shit, man. I was listening to Mortal Man with Kendrick Lamar when he had that snippets of interviews and he said a lot of vital things, man. He talked about the rich people, what I'm saying, they gonna open up this whole world. And these poor people gonna open up this whole world and swallow the rich people and eat them, man, because they're so fat and so appetizing. So it's like allegory and everything, and a huge metaphor of like just poor people just gonna really rise up and just go against the elites, man, because they tired of knocking, they tired of waiting, and not getting a response. And that's sort of like what America is. We can't just go back to Africa. We was already in America. We just so happened to be enslaved by the Caucasian who only inhabited on this earth for 6,000 years in the Caucasus Mountains with no vegetation. So, he really educated us about our history and also, too, to glorify the thug mentality. That's the only thing I kind of like disagree with. But understandably enough, that this man was very revolutionary, man. His mother was born in the 1940s, was a Black Panther, was a member of the Black Panther Party. At finish, of course, she died May 2nd of allegedly of a heart attack. And, that was sad, but that was a conspiracy in itself that she was going to, receive money or benefits from the All Eyes on Me movie. So who knows though, but man, like, rest in peace and bless the Shakur family, man. He was named after an Inca leader, even though he was born as Lassane Parish Crooks, I want to say. And it's real sad, but this is one of the best, like I said, like entertainers as far as like political activists, man. Behind like MF Doom, who else? ODB. You can actually listen to him, some of his lectures. He was talking about KRS-One, even though he talks about the origin of hip hop and how it originally started with Grandmaster Flash. But these guys were really the peak of their career, man, and they was just always, no matter what, they perfected their craft and gangster mentality in the music, but they always wanted to strengthen and uplift their people, man, because that's what we need. We just misguided. That's all it is in our history. Dr. John Henry Clark, he was saying that the best way to control an individual is you can control their mind. And just have their history and redefine their history and their culture and thinking that where they came from, it's it has no roots. It's no attachment to their spiritual growth, and that's what it is. That's what the whole European destructive system is teaching us right now. Teaching us this false evolution theory. Teaching us that we're thugs, we're criminals, we can't never amount to anything. Compared that everything they stole like artifacts of Egypt. Like I said, Lewis Latimer was a black man who invented the filament. You know what I'm saying? To keep the light bulbs running. Even though we was taught that Thomas Edison invented the light bulb, but what good is it for the light bulb if it's not gonna last long? You have the outer shell of the product, but the filament is the soul of the product, and it keeps it moving. And that's known for companies to use and produce to this day. So it's a lot of stuff, that as black people we accomplished, man. As Benjamin Banneker successfully completed the wooden clock in 1753, hour on the dot, and he taught himself astronomy and mathematics. And also too, he was successfully to discover Brood X, which was bugs that inhibit to the eastern United States region every 17 years. See, these are the simple things, as black people that we have, man. And he talked about the Wall Street that was built in 1921 at Tulsa, Oklahoma. We had our black planes, black millionaires. We were great, man. And the fact that Tupac is really he just sat there in his interviews and just really sticking up for us. That was really good during that particular time frame, man. But like I said, man, this is just an honor video for him, man. Rest in peace, man. 20 years of your death. And like I said, shouts to all the black activists that stand up to black entertainers, such as Colin Kaepernick and many other people, man, exposing these frauds. But this your boy Young Lincoln here, man. We're gonna continue to rise up. You continue to subscribe and like, and take care, guys. All right, rest in peace, Tupac. Deuces.